Getting a little bit lively heading towards the tape. Starter not happy he is now, though. The flag is down, the tape is back, and they are off and racing for the Molson Coors Veterans Handicap Chase. 3 miles, 5 furlongs a trip, 20 fences in all to be jumped as they come to the first. An amateur touchdown in front. Moroder, the orange cap towards the left, also prominent. So too is I Like the Way You're Thinking as they take fence number 2. Fuji Flight was less than fluent towards the rear of the field. Siberian Star just in advance of that one. Mid-division at the moment, the red sleeves of Enjoy Dalen, the red cap of Equus Dancer, and the champion jockey Sean Bowen at the back of the field as they make their way past the caravan park and head on towards the Priory side of the track. And it's I Like the Way You're Thinking in Moroder. Moroder, of course, winner of the Grimthorpe Chase at Doncaster earlier on. Well, last season now, I suppose, earlier on in the calendar year. I Like the Way You're Thinking racing in second. Amateur, the white cap in third. Then Enjoy Dalen, those red sleeves for Jack Quinlan in fourth. Then Equus Dancer and Sean Bowen, followed then by Fuji Flight and Siberian Star with a very light weight on his back at the rear of the field. Making their way towards the 2 fences that comprise this part of the track as they go towards the old grammar. And it's Moroder, an amateur, and the course specialist I Like the Way You're Thinking in the McManus Hoops. That is your leading trio. And it's Moroder that takes them to the first of the 2 fences over on this side of the track. At it now, jumped it well. Amateur was a little bit sloppy at it. I Like the Way You're Thinking in third, followed then by Equus Dancer and Enjoy Delen. Amateur is ridden into the open ditch and again didn't jump it particularly well, but has now got to a more prominent posse again. Then Equus Dancer in third, followed by I Like the Way You're Thinking, who sits in fourth. And Enjoy Delen, Siberian Star, the yellow and maroon, has just relegated Fuji Flight to last. So they're making their way towards the 4 fences over on the Woodside part of the track, the first of which is the water jump. The next 3 are plain. And as they do so, it's Amateur that leads to Moroder in second, Equus Dancer in third at the water jump, all safely over it. Fuji Flight still at the rear of the field. These fences come up quickly on the Woodside. Amateur, again, didn't jump particularly well, has ceded the lead once more to Moroder, who's jumping a good bit better. I Like the Way You're Thinking is up the inside, popped over that one very well as befits a bit of a Cartmel course specialist. Then Equus Dancer and Enjoy Delen and Siberian Star and Fuji Flight as they take the next, all safely over that. So that little round of jumping has been done as they head off again round the bottom parts of the track. And it's Amateur who's leading by about 2 lengths now in the hands of Connor Brace. Come all the way up from Bridgend. Leading them at the moment to I Like the Way You're Thinking in second. Moroder is on the outside in third. Followed then by Equus Dancer and Enjoy Delen, who are just about stride for stride. And then we have at the back of the field Siberian Star. Just getting a little bit detached now. Fuji Flight. 2 circuits left to go. And it's Amateur who's out in front. Goes on by a length or so to I Like the Way You're Thinking in the hands of Richie McClernand, who was in winning form here on Saturday. And he's got a nice pitch here on the course specialist. Moroder racing in third, then Equus Dancer on the outside in fourth for Sean Bowen. Enjoy Dalen just creeps a little bit closer as they come to the next. This is a plain one, followed quickly by a ditch. And at it, I Like the Way You're Thinking. It's just about gone on to lead to Amateur in second, Moroder in third. This is the open ditch now. I Like the Way You're Thinking. Just fiddled over it. Amateur again was fired into it and goes back on to lead. I Like the Way You're Thinking in second, Moroder in third, and Equus Dancer in fourth, and Enjoy Delen up the inside. Gap then of about 3 lengths to Siberian Star and Fuji Flight, Charlie Deutsch at the back of the field. Making their way down the Woodside once more. And it's Amateur and Connor Brace just nudging that one along to I Like the Way You're Thinking in second, Moroder sitting in third. They're the orange cap as they come to the water jump. Amateur, I Like the Way You're Thinking. Then in third position, Moroder. Enjoy Delen is just creeping that little bit closer, the red sleeves towards the left as we look at them on the screen as they take that. Then Equus Dancer, followed then by Fuji Flight. And we've got one that's unfortunately out of the contest now, Siberian Star. That one stopped very quickly, and Fuji Flight somewhat clambered over that second last fence over on the far side. Amateur the leader, so I Like the Way You're Thinking in second. Moroder is in third, then Enjoy Dalen. Equus Dancer has just lost a little bit of ground. Fuji Flight is now just beginning to struggle at the rear of the field. So there's still just over a circuit to go in the Molson Coors Veterans Handicap Steeplechase, and it's Amateur who's the leader. I Like the Way You're Thinking, who's lobbed along there in second for Richie McClernand in the sheepskin moustache and sideburns. Then Moroder racing in third. Gap then to Enjoy Delaine, who's in fourth. Then in fifth position, Equus Dancer, and Fuji Flight is last of those that remain. As they come towards the intersection of the track once more, circuit left to go, 6 more fences still to be jumped, and it's Amateur that leads to I Like the Way You're Thinking in second. Moroder is in third. Enjoy Delaine now being driven along. A little bit of a nudge down the neck for Equus Dancer as well. And at the back of the field, Fuji Flight. So this leading trio just pressed on, and it's Amateur who's run a bit in snatches, had to have been fired into some of his fences, but he's still going okay. To I Like the Way You're Thinking in second, and Moroder in third. Equus Dancer now making a bit of headway for Sean Bone as they come to the next. Amateur, and I Like the Way You're Thinking. Moroder got in a bit tight there, just nodded on landing. Equus Dancer continues to get closer for the champion jockey. Amateur again fired at that ditch, jumped it okay, goes on by a couple of lengths, but I Like the Way You're Thinking. Richie McClernand still oozing confidence in second. Moroder is in third position as they make the turn and head off down the woodside for the final time. Equus Dancer continues to creep into this. Enjoy Delaine has been off the bridle for a while, and Fuji Flight is now tailed off. So they're making their way down the woodside for the final time. 4 more fences to be jumped. I think we might get a fence omission here. Actually, they're going to go around the water jump. So it's Amateur that leads to I Like the Way You're Thinking in second. Moroder is persevering up the inside. Equus Dancer hasn't been asked any serious questions as they come towards the third last. And it's Amateur, Moroder, and I Like the Way You're Thinking. These 3 to Equus Dancer, and then Enjoy Delaine. Down towards the second last they come. Amateur and Moroder. Amateur the leader. Moroder in second. I Like the Way You're Thinking up the inside in third. Still travelling pretty strongly as they come towards the final fence now. White cap of Amateur. Moroder, though, goes on. The orange cap takes it up. The Grimthorpe Chase winner to Amateur in second. I Like the Way You're Thinking is in third. Equus Dancer is in fourth. The rest are struggling now as they make the turn at the caravan park, and it's Moroder out in front, but I Like the Way You're Thinking. I like the way it's running at the moment, going very nicely indeed. Amateur is in third. Long gap back to Equus Dancer, who's tired now in fourth as they start to make the turn towards the final couple of furlongs. This long run in here at Cartmel, and it's Moroder who leads. I Like the Way You're Thinking, though. McClernand poised in second, then Amateur in third, and Equus Dancer in fourth. They're going to be making a swing for home very shortly. Moroder has been very game out in front, but it's the Cartmel course specialist, I Like the Way You're Thinking, now being asked by McClernand to go about his business. Moroder's finding a bit more down towards the final furlong and inside it, and Moroder is a difficult nut to crack out in front. I Like the Way You're Thinking has gone well, but is now not going to go past, and racing up towards the line, Moroder under 12 stone to score. I Like the Way You're Thinking in second. Gap back then to Equus Dancer, who's just napped third ahead of Amateur, and then Fuji Flight.
Just hearing there has been an objection from the Clerk of the Scales at Cartmel from our previous race, and you did notice something with the saddle here, Martin, didn't you?
Yeah, look how far back the blue number cloth is, and the saddle's gone back a bit. I did say in running, I hope his weight cloth hasn't come off. He was carrying 12 stone, so he would have had some fair amount of weight and lead in the weight cloth, and clearly, oh well, it's not clearly, but we're guessing it's fallen off at some point, and he's weighed in pretty light, I would have thought.
Yeah, that would be the likely reason for the objection, and you can see that the saddle has slipped under James Best. At the moment, the result is Moroder at 9-1 ahead of I Like the Way You're Thinking, 704 favourite, but you'd expect, Martin, if there has been an objection like that, the result to be overturned.
Yeah, we're guessing, but yeah, he's got to have weighed in. You know, it could have weighed in even a stone heavy. The breast girth has kept the saddle in the right place, but obviously the lead cloth has slipped and fallen off, so very unfortunate.
Moroder first past the post from I Like the Way You're Thinking, but the winner weighing in light, and this is the moment, Martin, where we deduce that the incident happened. The result, incidentally, has been changed. I Like the Way You're Thinking, promoted to success, 7-4 favourite, Equus Dancer 7-1, and of course Moroder DQ'd, Martin.
Yeah, it's so unfortunate. The saddle slipped back. You can see from where the number cloth is, the number cloth has slipped back as well, and the weight cloth. You just see on the picture on the left, you can almost see the weight cloth slipping off the back of the backside of the horse. So the breast girth is holding the saddle on and in place, or not completely in place, but there's nothing connected to the weight cloth, so clearly.
Well, give me some context as well, because you've just got side-by-side stills. That is just a couple of seconds before, and we gather that the incident in question is about to happen typically when we've got a bit of a blind spot. So the camera pans around, and we'll slow it down, and there you go, Martin.
Yeah, you could just see, couldn't you, on the first shot, you could see the pad and the weight cloth were there, and then when the camera angle changed, it's no longer there. So that's the point at which it slipped off, and you would guess with 12 stone there was a fair bit of weight in the weight cloth, and obviously weighed in light.
So I like the way you're thinking. Won the previous race on the disqualification of Moroder. Richie McLernan joins us, winning jockey by default, but congratulations to you. How did the race work out, Richie?
Yeah, look, I got a great ride. Look, you never like to win him like that, and unfortunately for James, he lost his lead bag. So, but yeah, he was carrying a stone less than me. So yeah, it was just fair that my horse got the race.
At what point did you know he'd lost the bag?
Well, he was behind me when the lead bag came off, so it wasn't until I passed the line and saw the lead bag on the ground with the non-slip pad, and then I could see James's saddle had gone back, so I knew then.
Just a word of tribute for your fella though as well?
Look, he's been a superb servant. He's a great ride, and I'm just lucky to be on him.
Yeah, and just a word on Arthur's Key in this one. How straight is he after 63 days off?
Yeah, I'd say Ben's happy enough with him. The ground was kind of the reason we went for this trip, so look, we'll just hope for the best.
The trip not too short for him finally?
Hopefully not.
Wish you all the best,
Thank
Richie.
you very much.
Thanks
Thank you.
a lot. Cheers.
Watch live racing now on racingtv.com.